How is it there? So you're gonna go with Hattie. Okay.
Fair.
All right, go with Tommy. David, go with Diego right now, okay? Here we go. Much love. Respect each other. Spar. Hit those points. Working on points. Woo, Rich. You got it. Stay distance. Don't let him come to you.
Ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead Nation, I'm here with pro debut fighter Robert Ortiz, man. Listen, Robert, we cannot
That's
wait.
big Robert Ortiz right there, boy. That's right, homie.
And that's your teammate who's also going to be competing with you at FightersRep 12 on February 18th. Robert, you guys are going to war together.
Yes.
This is a big fight for you, man. This is your first fight as a pro. It's a kickboxing bout, a sport you're undefeated in. You're taking on a guy in Vinny Familari, also making his pro debut.
Yes.
I love this fight, man. Tell me first off, tell me how you're feeling, and then talk to me a little bit about this fight, brother.
Well, I'm feeling great, feeling excited. I'm pretty much ready for a brawl, ready for a banger, ready for some technical fighting. Wherever the fight goes, that's what I'm ready for. So I think the fans are in for a treat. And I just want to give a shout out to all the FightersRep fans, to all the the lovers of kickboxing, of Muay Thai, MMA, and boxing. It's going to be a great card. I can pretty much guarantee that. Because I bring excitement every time, no matter what.
For sure. Robert, well, you've had experience Muay Thai, you've done MMA, you're doing kickboxing. Does that matter to you? Is this the rule set that you prefer? Do you prefer doing something else? Kind of tell me how you feel.
Well, I like all rules of combat. I feel I'm an all-around athlete. My first amateur fight was actually boxing, USA Amateur Boxing, which I won by TKO. So that was my first fight. Wow. And I went to my first amateur Muay Thai fight. And then I did MMA, 2 fights. So my first 4 fights, I was undefeated. My only losses are in MMA. And even one of those losses are pretty tight. So I could easily have one less loss right now. But I love kickboxing. I love striking. I feel that allows me to show my strengths. And like I said, wherever the fight goes, that's where I'm willing to go.
Absolutely love it. And listen, Vinny Familari, he's got a lot of hype around him coming off that knockout at the last fight. But this is new territory to him too. He's turning pro as well. And what I love about this fight, Robert, is you're both strong, dedicated guys from what I hear, what I see.
Yes.
And you're also about the same height. I just feel like this is going to be an absolutely explosive fight.
Yeah, like I said, it's a banger, and I feel like I should be a candidate for a fight of the night. Basically, every time I fight. That's what I like to bring. I like to bring excitement, and it's all about, how we live, too, as fighters. It's what are we willing to bring and show, and I'm willing to put up and show what I'm made of, for sure.
Now, you talk about it's about the way we live. I mean, I hear some extreme levels of dedication from your camp when they're talking about you. Kind of take me through that mindset. Why are you so dedicated? Why are you, not partying and drinking and doing the stuff that a lot of these guys kind of fall into?
Well, it starts with, lifestyle. I've chosen this lifestyle as, an athlete, as a pro kickboxer, so I take it very serious. And it goes back to my days as a childhood athlete. But, I got into some trouble when I was young, my teenage years, so I had to do some time and stuff. And when I got out in my early 20s, that's when I started pursuing combat sports. And I also want to give a shout out to my cousin, Alex Ramos. His Instagram name is @LowriderBoss. He actually helped get me started in boxing and Muay Thai and MMA. And I believe he's with the California State Athletic Commission now.
Very cool.
So shout out to Alex Ramos.
Robert, you said you did some time. Did that kind of... everybody makes mistakes that shape them, Do you want to share anything about that?
Well, I'll just keep it brief. I did some time for some young mistakes. I had to do a good chunk of years, lost some years of my young life. and now this is my chance to still show what I'm about, show what I'm worth. I think a lot of time in there is spent thinking about goals, what we want to do with our life, and this is one of my goals, is to be a fighter, to be a pro fighter, and one of my goals was to be an amateur champion, and I already accomplished that, and so this is the next step, and we'll just see how far it goes.
Now, did you start training before you got in trouble, or did you start afterwards?
Well, when I was younger, I've always been into sports. I played football, I was into wrestling, and like I said, I got into trouble in my teenage years. Being locked up, you can't pursue combat sports and stuff like that. You can do other sports, you can get into trouble, you can train on your own, but I got out in really good shape, and I was intent on accomplishing this goal.
Freaking amazing story, man. You're an inspiration to so many people, Robert, with a story like that, and I only hear good things and dedication from you. What can people expect? I know you said you think it's going to be a banger. What can people expect at Fighters Rep 12 on February 18th when you lock horns with Vinny Familari?
Well, they can expect a great show, full of striking. I don't want to give away too much as far as my plans and strategy, but I like Vinny's style. He comes to brawl. He has heart. I got plenty of heart too. So in the end, I think the fans do win. And again, we got a great card. Some good fighters on that card, and I expect them to bring it as well. So again, I think it's just going to be an all-around exciting night.
Man, I cannot wait. You've got a teammate on this card. You may have more than one teammate on this card. We're bringing out this camp, and we're bringing out so many other camps. You mentioned there's a lot of good fights on this card.
Yes.
It's stacked, and we're very excited to have you part of this stacked card, Robert. You're part of the reason that this card is stacked. I think a lot of people see Vinny Familari's last performance. They look at your career so far, and they say, oh, man, this is going to be an absolute war.
Yeah, I think it kind of falls into place, again, for the fans, for Fighters Rep, for myself. I've been waiting to get back in the ring. And again, I've just been waiting for the right time and opportunity, and here it is.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate your time so much.
And a quick shout out I want to give to Coach Matthew Johnson here at BP, Coach Pot for all the great work, and just being a great all-around humanitarian and stuff, helping people out. Give a shout out to you, George, Fighters Rep. Appreciate you putting all this together.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I'm very excited, very excited.
And where can people follow you on social media?
My Instagram is, it's all one word, Rob Ortiz, MMA, Muay Thai Box, and it's all lower case.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we add kickbox to the end of that.
Oh, yes.
At some point.
Also, I'm going to be making some changes to my Instagram. I don't post a whole lot of stuff. That's because I stay on my grind.
Yeah.
I get in my zone. I get tunnel vision. And to be honest, I don't really, again, I don't do a lot of posting and stuff, but I'm always getting ready.
Man, we can't wait to watch you fight. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to follow Robert. Get your tickets or join the channel to watch him if you can't make it to Seal Beach on February 18th. Then you can also watch the pay-per-view if you're too far away by joining the channel. Robert, I know you're going to bring it, brother. I'm going to ask you for one more favor.
Yes.
Tell these knuckleheads to subscribe and join Fighters Rep.
All right, knuckleheads, go ahead and subscribe to Fighters Rep. You'll get all the good fights, the great kickboxing matches, and you'll see all of us come up too as fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Ortiz. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.